I'm Eric and Karina.
And I'm Vitamin E.
And welcome back to the Late Podcast. The law according to Eric. All right, so today's topic is food.
Okay, there we go.
Eric actually didn't know what it was. He was looking at me like, what is the topic today?
I have no idea.
So today I found a lot of stories where people either overreacted or did something over food, and I thought it was funny so we could see if it was justified over how they acted over the food.
Okay, that's a good one for me because most people that know me well know that I have a very basic palate.
Right.
That I don't like fancy, schmancy truffle oil this and, bougie that. I'm a very meat and potatoes kind of guy.
Yes.
And I have some very distinct dislikes to the extent where if I see it anywhere in the vicinity of my plate, like I get very queasy and ranch, mayo, stuff like that. So like those creamy garlic spreads, all that kind of whatever.
Yes.
So, but okay, let's hear what the Reddit world has to say about food.
All right. So the first story is titled, "Am I the asshole for ordering pizza at my friend's wedding because there was no food?"
Already know. Something like that happened to me. Before you even read the whole thing, I had a friend that did a bat mitzvah for his daughter. Mm-hmm. And he called it for like 2:00. And so we all assumed it was like a lunch thing.
Right.
So we didn't eat. Nobody.
Right.
We got there and it was like one little table with like some pasta and nothing else. And people were there with their kids. We were starving. Yeah. And one of the guys just like said, fuck it, and just ordered like 25 pizzas. And he didn't give a fuck. Yeah. Okay, they were hungry. So, but all right, so go ahead.
All right. She said, "Me and my wife were invited to my friend's wedding. The wedding was only about 70 people, with mostly it being family. When we got there, we were seated at a table with other people. After the ceremony, every table got 2 bottles of wine, bread, and butter. There's also an open bar, so we had started to have a few drinks. The food came out. It looked really good, and the food was set up as a buffet. I was half buzzed and looking forward to getting some food in my belly. When it was time to eat, every few tables at a time were going to get called, which is fine. The first few tables that were called were understandably the family on both sides. Then the rest were the rest. The problem was that the family members were large people. Now, I don't shame people for how much they eat, but I noticed the helpings of food that they had while I was patiently waiting for us to be called. I also noticed that they went in for seconds before all of the tables were called and no one stopped them. I didn't say anything, though. I thought that was rude. I just assumed that there was a lot of food. To my surprise, by the time we were called, nothing was left. I asked if there were more coming out. Apparently, that already happened. So we grabbed the little we could and went back to sit down and ate the scraps. We were all pretty hungry and a bit pissed off because they were drunk and they needed food. Someone mentioned that they could go for pizza, and then I had the drunk idea of ordering some. So that's what we did. We all pitched in and ordered 4 large pizzas, some chicken wings from a local pizza joint close to the venue so it wouldn't take long to be delivered. I met the guy outside, brought the food to our table, and we started to eat. When other people noticed, they came and we shared with everyone that asked if there was pizza available. My friend came to talk to me about why I ordered the food, and his bride was not happy about it because it didn't fit her aesthetic. So I told him that we didn't get to eat and that the food ran out long before even our table was even called. We were really hungry. He then asked, why didn't we just step out and then come eat again? I said that was really annoying to have to do that, and he shouldn't want a bunch of drunk people running through his venue. This is where I might be the asshole.
He already is, by the way. Like, this guy's now ranting, and this is becoming very annoying. Yeah. Okay, fuck you, pal. No, I'm serious.
That's not even the worst part he did, though.
Okay, go ahead.
The worst part he did, I'll summarize it for you. So the father-in-law of the groom came up and was like, oh, where did this pizza come from? Like, where'd you guys get it? And he's like, he's eyeing the 2 slices. He goes, I pick up the slices and I bite into both of them. And I was like, no, you ate all of the food.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah. I don't want to hear anymore. This guy's a dick.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. Because although I understand that maybe he is, rightfully so, he's a little annoyed.
Right.
That the family of the bride and the groom essentially ate whatever food was there. And maybe that was bad planning on the bridal party's part by not having enough more available. Right. But the guy, essentially what he did was he caused a scene. Yeah. Right? He could have just as easily rolled to a McDonald's. Yeah. Or not, made this big of an issue. And then that last little bit.
About the father.
Yeah, that just that just made him go from a 3 to a 5 dingleberry.
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah. Because honestly, what he did was essentially draw all the attention to himself. Mm-hmm. He was probably drunk. Right, probably being, like a berating asshole. Where's the rest of the food? God damn it! We don't come to these things to not eat whatever.
Yeah.
He probably made everybody feel really self-conscious. Probably made them feel bad. It's their fucking wedding day.
Yeah.
So yeah, and by the way, that's a -0. That's a -3 on the Feldman scale.
Yeah.
That's worse than a 0 because not only did he fuck up their wedding and just order a bunch of outside food. Oh, by the way, a lot of venues don't let you do that.
Yeah. No.
You know, like you can't just bring shit from anywhere.
No. Exactly.
Right. So yeah, fuck this guy. Yes, you are the asshole. And by the way, you don't need Reddit to tell you that.
No.
Like anybody with half a sense.
You know, I actually think Reddit didn't vote him the asshole.
Well, then the people on Reddit are probably all in his fucked up Gen Z or whatever the fuck he is.
Yeah.
Right? Where this is like acceptable behavior to like basically shame your wedding guests or with the wedding party.
Yeah.
Right? And then be an even bigger jerk and deny like a little bit of food to the other guy. Fuck you.
Exactly.
This is so, honestly, this was really petty.
Yeah. And look, especially saying that to him, like, you ate already, you don't get shit.
And here's the difference. At the event that I went to, where they ordered a bunch of pizzas, it really was the venue that messed up.
Yeah.
It wasn't the host.
Yeah.
Right? And this little pasta bar they put out, I guess there was a miscommunication. That was supposed to be like an appetizer thing, and they didn't understand. So nobody really got to eat. Right? And you had a bunch of kids there. So I understand. But this is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Yes, I get that you think, and by the way, that's interpretation. Yeah. Oh, they took 5 helping. You don't fucking know. Exactly. Look, I've seen plates piled up like a foot and a half off the base. Right? We've had clients that load their plates like that. Okay. And I've seen people think it's a lot where really it's just, so fuck you, pal. Yeah. Seriously, Billy, you're a dick. That was such a fucked up thing to kind of do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not, again, I want to just make sure the Reddit world or our 5,000 plus listeners understand. I'm not mad at the guy for wanting to eat. Right. I like to eat. Yeah. Right. I'm a heavier guy. I enjoy a good meal. Okay. But what I wouldn't do is embarrass everybody because I'm hungry. Exactly. Okay. I would get my fucking McDonald's app. I would meet the guy outside, whatever. I would scarf down something quick just so I wouldn't feel hungry anymore. Yeah. And this rant at the end, this is his sobering up, oh fuck, and let me validate my behavior. Yeah. So guess what? I'm not validating your behavior. Fuck off.
All right. Next one then. The title of this one is My Husband Wants to Divorce Me Over a Hot Dog.
The one attached to his body?
No.
Because how the fuck, how does this happen? Okay.
So here's the story. So I, 25 female, with my husband, 29 male, have a good relationship. Well, did. Now my husband really loves hot dogs, and I personally think that hot dogs are gross. He's tried to get me to try them, and I tell him no every time. Well, we were watching Futurama, and I was really hungry, so he said he'd get me a snack. Little did I know he would bring out a hot dog. When he returned with the hot dog, I said, I dislike those, almost in a playful way. He then just snapped, yelling and screaming, saying, why don't you just try it for once and stop being a big baby? Then he just said, divorce, now, and went upstairs and locked the door in the room. Like, Reddit, what should I do here? So there's an update, but I want your opinion before the update.
So before we get into the update. So this was not the direction I expected this was going to go in,
I know.
Look, I'm going to just lay this out. All right. Lucinda, if you put other things in your mouth that are probably way grosser in a way than a hot dog, you really shouldn't bitch about the hot dog. Now, having said that, I understand that hot dogs are not always like high quality. Okay, see, I love hot dogs, but only certain ones.
Yeah.
Like, I can't just eat an Oscar Mayer hot dog from the grocery store. I can't do it.
No, yeah.
I need like the all beef. I've had Kobe beef hot dogs that are they're amazingly good. The Costco hot dogs are great. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, I just can't do it.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I need the all beef.
Yeah.
I need like the snappy, good quality hot linker sausage.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't eat like fucking Dodger Stadium hot dogs and that kind of stuff. Okay, but I certainly would not
divorce.
Right. Like if, I wouldn't be like, Lucinda, if you don't try this fucking, Hebrew National or whatever, we're divorcing.
That's like Jen divorcing you for not wanting to try like ranch or like mayo or something.
Well, right. It's stupid because I would never, well, we're not married yet, but I would never, there would never be grounds to divorce over that.
Exactly.
But B, she already knows I don't like that stuff.
Yeah.
Right. But let's say it's something she didn't know I didn't like. Right. And she's like, oh, my favorite thing is like, dried mango. Why don't you try it? I'm like, no, that's kind of nasty. And like she kept pressing it.
Right.
Maybe eventually I was like, bitch, you know what? I don't want any fucking mango. Right. Leave me alone. Don't like, okay.
Right.
That's it. But the last thing I would be like, you know what? We're going to end this relationship because I'm tired of you pushing mango on me.
So why do you think he wanted a divorce so bad?
I think there must be more to this.
There is.
Yeah, okay, so give me the update. Okay, because I was going to say, this can't be, even now, that can't be the reason.
Do you have any thoughts on what the reason is?
I mean, either he caught her doing something else, right, and he's using this as an excuse, or he himself got busted doing something,
right,
and he's like maybe turning the tables or switching or whatever. But I can't imagine what else. I mean, is this the kind of thing where he caught her having a hot dog with something like a coworker? I mean,
no.
Well, by hot dog, but no, all right, no, all right, go ahead.
All right, so let's get into the update.
All right.
She said, so when he came out of the room, he said he didn't want to talk and just went outside and left to his parents' house. Then this morning, he came back and said he's ready to talk to me. He said that the reason he blew up was because he's done with my childlike behavior. Then he just sighed and said that he's been cheating on me with my older sister. And when I threatened to leave him, he said that he was sorry, but she's just more mature and not childish over a hot dog. Then again, he just handed me his phone and looked away. His phone was showing me a lot of bad things, like excessive pics, them doing it, and some texts from my sister. We're getting a divorce over something more than a hot dog. Cheating.
Yeah, I was going to say, clearly there's something else.
It's him still adding the hot dog, though. Your sister's much more mature, and she'll try a hot dog.
Yeah, but this is probably guilt or something else. Like, he just blew up because of the pressure.
Yeah.
But that's so much worse. I mean, it's her fucking sister.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've had episodes like that. Like, I don't know which betrayal is,
is worse.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, for crying out loud, Lucinda. I mean, Billy, rather.
Yeah, Billy, really. Poor Lucinda.
Yes,
Billy,
in that case, and to think your whole marriage was ending over
a hot dog.
Right, now I want to try a hot dog. So I'll tell you what. I think that Billy is a 5 dingleberry asshole.
Yeah.
For doing all this and making it like about the hot dog when it wasn't. And Lucinda's sister scores a 0 on the Feldman scale, and so does Billy.
Yeah.
Right? And poor Lucinda, you're probably going to be better off in the end.
Yeah.
And just fucking adopt a new sister. Just find some other family.
I know.
This is going to be the most awkward fucking family barbecue next year, like the next 4th of July thing or whatever.
I know.
Terrible. Okay. Oh my gosh.
All right. Next title is, am I the asshole for telling her to stop spending $45 on burgers weekly? Okay. My male 42, sister-in-law 33, recently started selling burgers on Saturdays. She works a 9 to 5 on Monday through Friday, with a good salary, but she recently discovered that she's pregnant with her ex's baby, and he's no longer in the picture. So she started selling burgers on the weekends for extra income. Now, every Saturday, my wife, 40, buys burgers for our kids. 3 kids, and then me and her, which comes up to 5. My issue is that my sister-in-law sells every burger for $9. So 5 burgers is $45. The burgers are tasty, don't get me wrong, but she's using my mother-in-law's recipe that my wife also knows. So I don't see why we should spend $45 on burgers every week when my wife could make the same ones at home and we spend less money on ingredients.
Well, bitch, why don't you then?
Exactly. To be clear, technically, we can afford the burgers comfortably. I just don't see why we should. I tried to talk to my wife about it, and she said that she mostly buys it because she wants to support her sister. I told her that it's not our job to support her sister, and besides, as I said, the burgers are tasty, and every weekend they are sold out in a couple of hours. Losing ours won't dent in her business. Yesterday, I told my wife again we shouldn't buy the burgers, and she asked me why I cared if she was buying them from her account, not our money. We both have our own accounts, and then we have one joint one. I told her it's not about that. I just don't think it's sensible to spend money on that when she knows the recipe. She said, fine, she'll be spending $36 then, because she won't be buying mine anymore, because it bothered me so much. That's exactly what she did, and she bought the burgers for her kids. I don't think I'm the asshole for thinking she shouldn't buy them. Do you?
No, you're not the asshole for thinking that. You're the asshole for saying it and then pushing it.
Exactly.
Right, and never letting this fucking thing end. Who gives a shit?
It's $45 on some burgers. You're probably going to waste more feeding your family.
Put that aside, okay? If, and I'm serious, if the money were really an issue,
right,
I would understand this better, and that would be a better sort of discussion.
Yes.
Okay? But if the money's really not, especially if they keep separate accounts and then I'm assuming they have a joint account for like mortgage and utility bills, stuff like that. But if each have their own sort of spending money, and then Billy, you can't tell Lucinda what to buy.
No.
Okay? And the fact that she's just spending a little extra on fucking food versus
for her sister.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Whether or not the sister needs it, and I don't care if it's her mother-in-law's recipe or your mother-in-law, it doesn't fucking matter. Okay, this is really they're doing a venture, right? They're trying to do a little business venture, make a little side hustle. I've seen a million like pop up, like food tents and stuff, like fresh tacos right there in front of you. Okay, That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Inflation is crazy.
Just having another kid.
Right. People are just trying to do a little side hustle. Mm-hmm. Okay. A little extra money. And if it doesn't hurt you guys at all, why do you fucking care so much?
Exactly.
Honestly, I feel like there's something more to this. It's just so, seriously, it's so weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's almost like when you have a cringy sister-in-law that picks up a side hustle as a travel agent.
Yeah.
And then expects you to book everything through her, even if it's not the best deal, because it helps her. Oh, yeah. You didn't know that?
I didn't.
Smashly Travel, baby.
Oh, wow.
No, I don't know if that's really what it's called.
It should be.
Gotcha, buddy. First one. Karina's off her game again. Anyway. So, for all those reasons, Billy's an asshole for even saying it. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not a 0 on the Feldman scale, but it's just like a 4. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not totally shameless because, you know, I understand if you really have a concern about overspending or whatever, you can argue it. But generally, no,
I just don't
this
think
is just
45
stupid. Yeah, I don't think
Saturday is going to be,
no,
you know,
it's not.
bad. All right.
Well, it's $180 a week.
Yeah.
Or a month, rather.
No, a month. I was like, a month. Yeah. All right. Next one. Title is, I put vegetables in all of my food to stop my roommate's kid from eating it. I, 26 female, live in a rented house with a single mom and her son that is 6 years old. I don't mind living with her and her kid. I spend a lot of time at work or at my boyfriend's place, so it doesn't really matter. Work schedules collide, so we really don't even interact, which is fine. No issues there. I want to start by saying that she doesn't struggle financially, but I know she doesn't have a lot of extra income. Okay. She said, but I also don't make lots of money either. However, I've noticed that my food would go missing or portions would be taken from it. I assumed it was her kid, so I asked her if she would stop him from picking at my food. I was calm about it, and she just said she would. It started getting annoying when I would get home from work and expect to have a meal's worth of leftovers in the fridge, only to see that it was picked through or just gone completely. I kept bringing it up, and she started getting annoyed with me bringing it up. Just from observing them, I realized that neither of them ever ate vegetables. And by judging by the food that would get picked through and the food that would be untouched, anything with green in it was avoided. So I just started putting vegetables in everything. I find vegetables to be delicious, so I just put it in everything I eat. If I had leftover mashed potatoes, I'd pour green beans in it and mix it up. That was an example, basically.
I understand. Yeah. She's a cunt. I understand what she's doing. She's a bitch.
She said, the other day I was making mac and cheese and I went to get my Brussels sprouts and she yelled at me asking me what I was doing. And then I poured them in. She said I was being greedy and annoying and I just said, I like Brussels sprouts. That's it. And she said, well, we need food. And I told her, go get some then. I think she sees this as some big act of revenge, but I just simply want to be able to eat my food. And I think eating the last of someone else's food is really crazy and rude without even asking.
That's what this is about.
Yeah.
It's not, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's basically saying, like, is it, you know, am I the asshole? And then she had just a little edit. And she was like, she does get, like, government assistance for food. But instead of buying actual food to make food with, she just makes frozen food. And that's why her money doesn't last her that long.
Okay, that may or may not be true. That's not really the issue.
It's not. The issue is that they keep eating her food.
Yeah, but, I mean, I don't understand. I mean, did she sit down with them and say, look, I would really appreciate if you grubby fuckers just don't finish my last morsel?
So I was reading the comments through that, and she did. Someone had asked if you actually asked, and she's like, yeah, I asked, like, the mom multiple times. She's like, I didn't want to speak to the child. She's like, because obviously she's 6. She's not going to understand. She's like, I told her, like, multiple times, like, look, if you can text me. And she's like, and I told her, you asked me, you text me. And I'm like, yeah, you could go ahead, you can have some, you could do this. She's like, but they never do. They don't text me. They just go and grab it. And she was like, even, like, the kids sometimes will come. She'll be like, hey, can I have some popcorn? And she's like, I'll give it to him. That's not the problem. The problem is that they take it without asking, and then they get mad that she's like, where's my food?
How are they, and they're all in the same house here?
Yeah. They rent the same house.
Fucking move out. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be passive aggressive all you want, right. And this is kind of petty, you know, and and that's what I mean. Like when people write things like, well, you know, I happen to think vegetables are delicious. Like, look, don't justify your behavior by trying to pretend like you're doing this for yourself.
Exactly.
Because you're fucking not.
Exactly.
You're doing this to make a point, you know, to thwart everybody else's, you know, attempt to try to eat your food.
Exactly, yeah.
Or the food that you prepared. Mm-hmm. Okay. Whether this other mom makes frozen food for her kids or doesn't, it's not really your concern, right? Nor is it any of your business. This is just, I'm surprised, honestly, how stupid this is, and even more surprised that this is Reddit worthy, you know? And so I'm going to be bold and say that Mama Lucinda with the kid is not the asshole.
I'm going to disagree with you on that.
I knew you would, but I'm saying that the bitch that taints the food with the vegetables on purpose so the kid can't have it, she's actually the asshole because all you're really doing is hurting the kid.
Yeah.
The kid doesn't understand what's going on at 5 or 6 years old, right? And the kid may want mashed potato or whatever, and you know, and now that you know this, you're essentially doing it on purpose. That's why I'm saying, yes, it's fucked up that people go into your stuff and eat your food. Yes, it's fucked up that you ask them to let you know ahead of time, and they do.
Right.
I get all that, right? Could you label your food, put it in Tupperware? I don't know. Could you, whatever. All of this is so fucking high school, right? But what's
I
even more high
know.
school is tainting the food or sabotaging it again because the kid doesn't fucking understand. And a child takes that personally. They think they're going to think that you're doing it on purpose, which you are, right? So that's why I think roommate Lucinda, the one without the kid, the veggie Lucinda, she's a bitch. Okay, veggie Lucinda is the asshole, but I'm only going to give her a 2 dingleberry. Okay. I don't know that this is worthy of a Feldman scale.
Probably not.
On any level. Oh wait, hold on. We got to pause for a quick second.
About like the lady, right?
Okay, yeah. Okay. Sorry. So we're back?
Yeah, we're back.
Okay. So, I just think that a lot of this is just...
petty.
It is petty, and you're punishing the kid. So 2 dingleberry asshole. I don't see this on the Feldman scale on either side. You could say, actually, that Mama Lucinda is, maybe a 7 on the Feldman scale. Just for, like, taking the food anyway, right? But, I mean, you could even say that Veggie Lucinda is a little bit for doing that and, fucking with the kid's appetite. Yeah. But I don't think it really... Honestly, this is... like one of the most least important issues ever. So
yeah, I mean, I don't really think she's the asshole per se. Like she said, like it was kind of like the kid. If the kid asks for food, she'll give it to them. Just as long as he asks, and like the kid knows. I just think the mom is kind of the asshole because it's like, your kid picks through the food, and like she was saying, she's like, I'm sure like the mom also eats the food too. And it's kind of like if you don't ask, you shouldn't grab it. And I'm sure like if she would grab her food, she'd kind of have an issue with it.
So you know what? You want Eric to solve this problem?
Mm-hmm.
Ready? I'm going to solve this problem. Ready?
Get
3.
No,
that's right. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Just get a small fucking fridge. Yeah. Put a little lock on it and keep your shit in there.
Yeah.
That's literally. That's it. Seriously. Yeah. It's very simple.
All right. Next one.
Okay.
Ready? Title is, am I the asshole for banning my sister-in-law from my house over tomato sauce?
Okay.
I, 28 female, have an older brother, 32 male. He is married to my sister-in-law, 33 female. I get along with her well, except for this one thing. If you don't keep an eye on her, she will go into your kitchen and she would add seasonings to whatever is cooking. She thinks she's fixing stuff, but not all of foods need turmeric in it. This Saturday, I received 40 pounds of tomatoes. It took me the whole weekend to turn that into sauce because I was planning to can it. I can it plain, and then whenever I use it, I add the seasonings and herbs that it needs, depending on my recipes. They came to take a bag of spare clothes from one of their kids, and in the 5 minutes that it took me to get to the clothes and bring it back, she had already managed to get into my kitchen, added salt, pepper, turmeric, olive oil, garlic powder, and Italian herbs to all 5 pots that were simmering with the 40 pounds of tomatoes. And when I asked her what she was doing, she had the audacity to say, "This sauce needed some taste. I added it for you." Like, I've told her multiple times that I don't like when people touch what I'm cooking. I was so angry that I really couldn't talk to her, so I simply just walked to my brother. I told him to take the clothes and his wife, and that she's no longer welcome in my house. She had followed me and was shocked and started apologizing. I ignored her. I added that he should come by tomorrow to take the sauce his wife ruined, because otherwise I don't know what to do with 40 pounds of tomatoes, and that I wanted my 40 pounds of replacement tomatoes as well. They left, and he came back the next day with the tomatoes, an apology letter from her, and an apology carrot cake. But I told him that I stand by my decision. Now my parents got involved since I'm the one who usually hosts, and since she's not allowed in my house, I told them they should make alternate plans for Memorial Day. My husband says that I am in the right, but my parents say that my reaction was overblown.
Very
so
overblown.
Am I the asshole?
Yes, you are. Very overblown. I don't understand, seriously. So many people go from like 0 to 100 extreme over very little things.
Yeah.
I am very certain, after hearing this, that sauce ruiner Lucinda didn't do it on purpose. Probably thought she was just helping out.
Right.
Maybe wanted to, whatever. Turmeric, not turmeric. I don't fucking know. Okay. It just doesn't sound like this was done maliciously. And I think the reaction would be more justified if sauce ruiner Lucinda was like, yo, fuck your sauce.
Right.
And I'm going to put, molasses in it or cinnamon or whatever would make tomato sauce taste shitty.
Right.
That's different. But if she came from a good place, I mean, I've had that happen, not with tomato sauce, but the general principle where somebody does something because they think they're helping or they're trying to be helpful and really made it worse, but they didn't mean for that.
Right.
Right. Their intention was not to do anything bad. Their intention essentially was to try to help, and it went, differently.
Yeah.
Didn't go the right way. So, do you ban someone from your home?
See, that's where I was like, no. I was on her side of being upset until she was like, I banned her from my home.
Right. Being upset, I think, is justified.
Right.
But
take the 40 sauce, like 40 pounds. I feel like that's justified. She's like, what the fuck am I going to do with that?
Right.
I just feel like banning her was too much. I do feel like that was the asshole. I don't think she was the asshole for being mad. I don't think she was the asshole for telling him that he needed to take that and bring her 40 other pounds of tomatoes. I just think that being banned is a little bit too much. I do think that, like she said, she's told her multiple times not to do it. I think maybe the husband should have a talk with her, be like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that. Because in some comments, I read that she does that also to like their mom.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It feels like this is her go-to.
Yeah.
And then when she's like, well, I'm going to stand on business. I'm like, fuck you. They sent you they replaced your tomatoes.
They replaced your tomatoes.
She fucking wrote you an apology letter.
And she gave you cake.
Yeah, well, okay. I don't like carrot cake. That could be insulting by itself. But if it was chocolate or something,
right.
But okay, fine. But my point is that she did everything to sort of remedy this and to make it reasonable. And the fact that this was a super overblown reaction.
Yeah.
And made it worse. Because I could see where your first instinct is like, don't ever come back.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I don't want to see you ever again. Okay. But then like, okay, here's the 40 pounds of tomatoes. Here's a letter. And here's a slice of carrot cake or whatever. Lucinda, we're really sorry. Lucinda the cook. And, Billy husband,
So she won't touch your food anymore.
Right, whatever. But the fact that she's just like, no, I'm going to stand my ground.
Figure out what I want to do for Memorial Day because it's not with me.
Yeah, bullshit, right? So, Cook Lucinda is a 4 dingleberry asshole. Yes. Sauce ruining Lucinda is a 1.
I'll give her like a 2.5.
No, a 1 because I don't think she meant it intentionally to upset things. I think she legit thought she was helping.
Yeah.
In my mind, remember, as a lawyer, intent is a big deal, right? Mm-hmm. There are things that are inadvertent. There are things that are intentional.
Right.
She didn't intentionally ruin it. It was inadvertent because she was trying to make it better or trying to help.
Right.
Should she have minded her own business? Yes. 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 Okay. I don't think anybody disagrees with that.
Right.
But did this really have to happen? Come on now. No. So that's where I stand.
Yeah.
Oh, but I will say this. Okay. Sauce Cook Lucinda, she's a 4 on the Feldman scale.
Why?
Because how do you ban someone from your house over fucking tomato sauce, especially after they make them? And that you really have to have a very little shame to be like, and to be like, oh, and fuck your apology letter, and fuck the 40 pounds of probably better quality tomatoes than I had before, and your fucked up carrot cake. I still don't ever want to see that. No, that's, you know what? That's a little shameless at that point.
I think sauce ruiner Lucinda though gets like I'd give her like a 6 at least on the Feldman scale, just because I would never feel comfortable going into someone's home, into someone's kitchen, and trying what they have, and adding like stuff to the sauce. And it seems like to her, she just has no shame in doing that in anyone's kitchen. So I'll give her a 6 on that one. So, all right, are you ready for the next one?
I am.
All right. Title of this one is: Am I the asshole for asking my coworker to not eat tuna in the break room?
No, I don't need to hear the rest. Seriously, no.
She was voted the asshole.
No, unless this fucking coworker has a medical condition that requires tuna. Okay, fish stinks.
And this is worse, the way he does it.
I don't care how they do it. Okay, fish smells. Listen, I love every employee we have here at the firm. There's one in particular that often will microwave fish too.
Yeah.
And it fucking laments the entire office. It fucking reeks. Okay? All right, but go ahead and read it.
All right.
But I'm just telling you, the chances are I'm not going to be agreeing with the Reddit community on this one.
She said, so just to say, I am very pregnant right now. Still in the 3rd trimester, but the symptoms are hitting. And I am nauseous all day, and I really can't eat anything.
Okay, now I feel like the asshole for doing all that. This bitch is pregnant.
Oh, no, she's the one who told him, don't eat your tuna.
Oh.
She's pregnant, and she's like, the smell is making me like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now I feel kind of bad because, the bitch is pregnant, and she's getting sick.
I know. And she said, my sense of smell is really heightened. So my coworker loves tuna. He eats everything with tuna, specifically a Spanish brand with tomato puree in it. I know, it sounds disgusting.
It sure does. Ew.
I know. She said, before it wouldn't bother me, but now I'm pregnant and the smell is quite strong. The problem is he does not keep his tuna refrigerated. He literally pulls it out of his work bag, and especially in the summer, he stinks everything up. Usually I try to manage, but lately I can't stay around the smell. I've barfed more ways than I wanted to admit, and yesterday, after I came back from barfing, I asked him if he could please eat something else, or go somewhere else where the smell wouldn't infiltrate the whole office. My throat is really hurting from barfing every day, and I just can't do it anymore. The dude got red in the face and left the break room. He left his tuna, too. That part was funny to me. But she said, now people are calling me the asshole, and they told me that I'm entitled because I was trying to dictate what he eats or where he eats it. I tried to explain that I keep throwing up, but apparently HR is now involved. Am I really the asshole for doing that? I don't think so.
I'll tell you what. This is a good example of titles can be deceiving, right? I mean, originally, well, no, she's still not the asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, either way. I mean, when people do that, when they bring very smelly food into an office with other people, you have to be somewhat courteous, but especially when somebody's pregnant and it makes them feel like physically ill, like nauseous. Yeah.
She could get like throat cancer.
Yeah, I know. So, I mean, tuna eating Guillermo or whatever, because, whatever, he's like the Spanish style with the whatever, you should just eat it outside. Just leave the office. If you're really going to have
don't refrigerate it. That's the part that's killing me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Keep it in just put it in Tupperware. Don't open it inside. Take it outside. Yeah. That's the end of this problem. Yeah. Is pregnant Lucinda the asshole? No. I mean, honestly, no.
No, I don't think so.
No, and Guillermo, which isn't that William or Billy in Spanish, right? I thought Guillermo's William, which is Willie is Billy, I guess. I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah, Tuna Boy Guillermo, you're a bit of an asshole because she asked you.
Yeah.
Right? And you know what? Let me be honest. If a pregnant coworker asked me to do anything that was not illegal, to help accommodate or make her feel better or more comfortable, of course I would.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you do that?
Exactly.
I mean, that's just mean. Right. I'm saying that's just mean.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, she's not the asshole. Yeah. Now, and she scores she's a 10 on the Feldman scale. There's no shame in her asking. No. Tuna Boy, though, I'm going to give him 3.5 dingleberries for just ignoring her and eating his food anyway. I mean, I understand people got to eat, and he may have a weird diet that he's on, or maybe he just doesn't really like much anything else. I mean, I get that because again, I'm very picky.
Right.
No, actually, I'm not. I'm simple.
Yes.
I'm not picky, but I like what I like, and I tend to reorder the things I like, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I understand like where if this is a staple for him.
Yeah.
Right. But and he's like a 4, a 5 on the Feldman scale. No, you don't refrigerate and you keep doing it. That's pretty shameless.
I also think that's like, if I know I'm bringing something smelly, I'm also very I'm very like aware, like with people. I feel like I would feel too, like, I don't know, I'd feel bad. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I know it's going to smell and I'll leave. But
yeah.
So, all right. Next one.
All right.
Am I the asshole for not providing condiments for my guests? That was the title.
Okay.
I, 26 female, don't really like messy foods. And by that I mean extra sauces, dressings, whatever. I feel like it overpowers the taste of the actual food, and it leaves a lot of wasted extras.
Yeah, I'm in line with that somewhat for certain things. Okay. Yeah.
She said, when I cook, I use very small amounts and generally don't buy something that I don't need until I need it for a recipe. If I can get away with nabbing extra package at restaurants of condiments, I prefer doing that because I know I'll never use the whole bottle. The only condiment I ever really have on hand besides salt and pepper is mayo because my kids like it in their sandwiches. That's it. That is pretty much what led to my issue. I'm finally renting a house on my own. I was excited that I could have my family and a couple of friends over at the same time without having roommates, so everyone came for dinner. I grilled up some chicken and fish, and I did some shrimp, veggies, and some baked potatoes. Once we started eating, they started asking things for like tartar sauce, cocktail sauce, hot sauce, sour cream, ranch, just all these things they know I would never keep on hand. I told them that I made a dipping sauce for the shrimp, and they could use that for anything else because it's pretty good. My brother said he tried it, but he didn't like it, and that the cocktail sauce and tartar sauce are pretty basic staples to have around if you're going to eat seafood. And I told him he should have brought his own then, expecting me to buy it when he knows I don't buy stuff like that. Last night, my mother called me and told me that I needed to think about my guests if I'm going to invite people over. I told her I had already cooked for everyone, expecting me to go out of my way and buy condiments was a bit much.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It really isn't.
Exactly. And her mom basically told her cost was or waste was an issue. You could have told me I could have brought them. Like, just tell us when they can invite us.
It's not even that.
Exactly.
This is just a bitchy thing.
And then she was like, am I the asshole?
Yes, you are. Look,
yeah.
Everybody that knows me knows I hate ranch dressing on anything. Yeah. I hate the smell of it. I hate mayonnaise in almost anything. Mm-hmm. I can't stand it even when bread is toasted with mayo to make it crunchy. I don't like that. I'd rather it be butter.
Exactly.
And so I don't have an aversion to everything.
Yeah.
I don't like most fish. In fact, I really only like shrimp.
Yeah.
I don't eat like any other kind of fish. I don't like lobster, any of that shit. Okay.
So you're not opposed to buying it for other people.
Not only that. I have ranch at my house. Yeah. I have mayonnaise. I have like sriracha mayo.
Like wings and stuff.
Yeah, because it's not about me. That's the point. Mm-hmm. I'm not cooking for myself or ordering for myself. If we do a weekly lunch in the office every Friday, sometimes more than once a week, but usually at least on Fridays. If we order something from, like wings as an example,
pizza,
or even pizza, and they have the sides of the garlic sauce or the ranch, I don't tell them not to.
Exactly.
Now,
people even order catfish when
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right. Because we had this really good, like, soul food fried chicken place. They had catfish. I know one of my employees likes catfish, so I ordered it, even though I hate fish. Point is that it's not about you. When you invite others to your home, right, you really do. And again, the idea of, because I don't like this and you know me, no, fuck you, right? Don't invite me over, for example, for like spicy hot dogs, like spicy sausages, and have no mustard, or whatever, right? Or don't
like just fries, no ketchup or something,
right? Whatever. Like, don't invite people for fish and chips and have no tartar sauce.
Exactly.
And look, tartar sauce to me is disgusting. It's fucking mayonnaise and olives and pickles or whatever the fuck goes in it. I can't even look at it. But if I'd have it there.
It goes with it.
Yeah. I mean, for other people.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, so you are I'm going to give her a 3 dingleberry.
Okay.
Because it's not a big enough issue to make it worse. Yeah. It's just kind of petty, but it's stupid. I don't know that this is really a shameful thing or shameless thing. I mean,
a little, I think, just because she's like, well, 8. You should know. I don't know. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Maybe like an 8 on the Feldman scale of shame. It's not super shameful or shameless, I should say. So, yeah.
All right. Next one.
Okay.
Title is, Am I the asshole for yelling at my fiance for bringing me leftovers for dinner? So my fiance, G, male 29, went out shooting with his dad and a coworker. I was fine with that, and I thought it would be a good thing for him to have some guy time. I thought they would just be gone a couple of hours and we could go get food afterwards because that's what he told me. Well, he left at 3 and he didn't get home till around 8. When he got home, he told me that they had gone out to a really, really nice restaurant for dinner. I was annoyed and I told him that he should have just told me so I could go get dinner instead of waiting for him to get here. Oh, sorry, I lost my place. Okay, here. He said he was sorry, but he had brought his leftovers home for me to eat. I told him that I didn't want his leftovers and I was just going to go get myself some food. He was annoyed and asked why I was going to go waste more money on food when he brought me food for dinner and that it was a really nice pasta. I told him again that I didn't want his leftovers and that I wanted something I got to pick myself. I ended up just going to McDonald's because I knew I liked McDonald's and it was a quick food. When I got back, he called me a spoiled, ungrateful brat and that I should have just eaten the leftovers because now we're going to waste food and that we would have been better just eating the pasta instead of eating McDonald's. I'm thinking about it now and he might have been right and I should have just eaten the leftovers. But I didn't want his half-eaten pasta. And I don't even like Alfredo, which is what he got and what he knew. I don't know. Am I the asshole for not wanting to eat his leftovers? And then she did a little thing where she was like, leftovers were cold and the sauce had done that weird thing where it congealed and when you warm it back up, it's never the same.
Well, okay. So the last part was just more justification.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's the asshole.
No, me neither.
I mean,
I wouldn't eat. I'd be like, no, I don't want it. Like, it's cold.
A lot of people that know me well know I don't usually take food home with me from a restaurant, even if I'm not done.
Right.
I'm not a big leftovers guy. My current significant other is a huge leftovers person.
She is, yes.
Takes home everything, even like extra bread that's left on the table. Like, she doesn't give a fuck, okay? Yes. Love her to death, but whatever.
Take that aioli home, though.
That's right. Yes, that's right. So, and that's fine because, but the difference is she actually will eat it.
Yes.
And I get it. And I respect the unwillingness to waste food. Yes. I wish I was a bit more like that, but honestly, I'm not. And I'm probably too old to really change. I have made some strides. Yeah. Like at the very least, like I don't make a face when she packs leftovers or whatever, and she knows I don't really want them.
You ate leftovers the other day too.
Yes, because I'm trying. Plus, it's something I liked, so it was okay. But most of the time, But also, sorry, I'm a little tired this week. It's been a long week already. Most of the time, I typically just order the things I know I like. So if I do really like something and I take it home, it's going to be because I want more of it.
Exactly.
So on a rare occasion, if I'll order, for example, like a large ribeye and I can't finish it, I'll take that home and I'll microwave that or put it in the pan or I'll slice that down.
But you wouldn't expect your significant other to eat it.
Not only that, no, I would because that's what she does. But the last thing I would do is get upset if she didn't. Right. Right?
Especially when you know she doesn't like what you got.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's not the point. To each their own. Buddy, this guy doesn't want your Lucinda doesn't want your leftover pasta.
Exactly.
Okay, get over it, Billy. Yeah. This is not like she said, I don't want you anymore.
Exactly.
Right? She doesn't want to eat your leftovers. Yeah. Right? And by the way, pasta is one of those things that you can, so let me tell you, people think this is gross, but I have very strange taste. So just your plain old like spaghetti marinara, just spaghetti with red sauce. I love eating that cold.
Oh, yeah. I could eat that cold, yeah.
Right, love that.
Alfredo, you couldn't eat cold.
No, and nor mac and cheese or anything, but like just spaghetti marinara, Absolutely. Pizza too. I love cold pizza.
Yeah,
I like cold pizza better than regular pizza.
Yeah.
Room temperature or cold.
Yep.
I prefer that over hot pizza.
Me too.
Thing of it is, no matter what your personal preference is, right? If it's something you don't like, you can't be forced to eat it. And you're going to resent somebody. And a lot of these, I mean, they're kind of cute and they're kind of funny, but these are, it's sad that people go to this extreme over such petty, stupid, small things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really ridiculous.
If someone
I
didn't
know.
want my leftovers.
I mean, it's almost like, you know, a sister-in-law that expects you just do everything for her. And then when you kind of get a little upset that you don't want to do everything, then it's like, okay, I never want to speak to you again and I disown you and you're all dead to me. Almost like that extreme. Number 2, buddy. I told you, Hurricane's off her game.
I am.
All right. Okay.
All right. Next one. We have 2 more.
Okay, good.
Title is, Am I the asshole for not letting my sister's boyfriend use hot sauce?
Like,
I know. These titles, I know.
Like, as part of their sexual routine? Because, I mean, what the fuck? How does that matter?
Exactly.
Okay.
Every Saturday, my family rotates who makes dinner. One day, it's my wife and I. The next time, it'll be my sister and her boyfriend. And the other would be my mom and my dad. And finally, my grandma. That's
actually really nice. Yeah, I like that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's a very it's a very similar version to the Italian Sunday dinner family. Oh, because usually Italians do like a Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
But if they're doing Saturday nights, because whatever. But I like that. Okay, so go ahead.
No, it's every Sunday.
Oh, so it is. It's Sunday dinner. Yeah, okay, I thought it said Saturday. Okay.
No, yeah. She said, with our busy lives, this day is important to us besides holidays. We wouldn't be able to meet up and chat or eat without it. We come from an Italian family, but we are in Canada. I take my food very seriously, especially my Italian food, and I double especially because my nonna is eating with us. I spent all day preparing dinner, and we sat down to eat. My sister's boyfriend was humming and hawing, saying my meal is missing something. He said he needs hot sauce, and he started walking to my fridge. All I have is Frank's and sriracha. I like hot sauce too, but I don't dare mix cuisines like that. So I stopped him, saying, I'd appreciate if he would enjoy my meal as it was.
Oh, hold on. Mixed cuisines like that.
Yeah, he doesn't like putting hot sauce on Italian food.
I understand, but does he? I mean, there's like a lot of spicy Italian dishes already.
Exactly.
Like pasta diavoli, which is like devil's pasta, which is with like red chili flakes.
Yeah. Oh, he offered that to him, actually. He was just saying, like, I don't think sriracha would go well with the food.
No, I understand. To each their own. But, I mean, it's not like Italian food doesn't come spicy.
Exactly. No, it does.
So some people prefer a different taste of spice.
Exactly.
You know what this is? Honestly, I'll give you an example. And this is, like, not a big deal, but it's true. I only like Tapatio, Tabasco, and Cholula.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't like different other types of hot sauces. I don't like sriracha. I don't like any sriracha-based, like sriracha mayo. I don't like... No, I like Cholula, Tabasco, or Tapatio. Yeah. That's it. Mm-hmm. As far as hot sauce goes, like on food.
Yeah.
But I do like spicier food. So like if food is made with like red pepper flakes, that's fine.
Yeah. Exactly.
But just hot sauces go. Mm-hmm. And if I think something needs a little kick, I'm not afraid to put a little Cholula on something. I don't care.
Me neither. Yeah. I used to, there's like a green habanero sauce also that I add in there. I also would put that on everything too.
All right. But go ahead.
He said, so I stopped him and I told him I'd appreciate it if he enjoyed my meal as I served it. He said it wasn't a big deal, and in a way it wasn't, but in many ways it was. I told him at the very least to have some chili oil he could use or dried chili flakes. Then it would at least still be Italian. He insisted on sriracha, and I declined it. He escalated and said he was going to go to the store and buy his own bottle and return with it if that was the case. And I said, by all means. He left, and we finished up dinner. And we called it an early night. Everyone was putting on their coat and shoes when he returned.
Yeah, that was on purpose. Yeah. What a dick.
Exactly.
Okay.
And he's like, and now he's pissed. Was I the asshole? My sister says she's on my side if it matters. But this has been a fight all day yesterday between them because he wants my sister to be on his side and not mine. Was I the asshole?
Yes. But, I mean, to what extent? I don't know. A half dingleberry. I mean, look, I know that some people get very defensive over their cooking.
Yeah, and this was surprising. I've never seen a man actually get this upset.
No, but if he's like fancies himself an amateur chef,
Italian chef,
whatever, right? It's like those restaurants where like you cannot alter anything on the menu the way it's prepared. Like the chefs get really miffed.
Right.
Okay. But having said all that, look, buddy, this is a fucking family dinner. You're not a 5 fucking star Michelin chef. Okay, you're not trying to, score whatever the fucking beer Michelin ratings are. Okay, give me a fucking break. You're making dinner for your friends and family every week. You guys alternate.
Exactly.
Who gives a shit if this guy wants to put sriracha on anything? Who cares?
I don't give a fuck what people eat.
And to tell him, look, if you legit didn't have any in the house, and you're like, look, I don't have any. I'm sorry.
You could go buy some.
Right. If you really need it, you better order some or go get some. That's what should have happened, and then let the guy do what he wants. But if he's like, yo, I'm not giving it to you. Mm-hmm. No. And he's like, well, I'll go get my own. He's like, okay, fuck you. Okay, everybody, eat fast. Let's be done. Fuck Frankie.
Let's call it a night. Let's go.
Right. Fuck Sriracha Billy. Let's just go. Okay, bullshit. So Chef Billy is an asshole, but I'm only giving him like a $1 Nickelberry. Yeah. Okay. It was just the speeding up the meal. I'm sure that was intentional.
Yeah.
Sriracha Billy, he's not an asshole.
No, he just wanted what he wants.
He just likes to eat how he likes it. And putting everybody's family in the middle of this kind of drama, it's just so stupid.
Yeah.
Like legit stupid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and by the way, the guy who asked for the sriracha is a 10 on the Feldman scale. There's nothing shameful about just asking for some fucking hot sauce.
Hey, do you guys have hot sauce?
Right. But amateur Chef Billy, who's like, no, you can't have it.
0.
No, I'm going to give him a 2.
Okay.
It's not the most shameless thing you can do.
That's true.
But it's pretty fucking shameless to be like, yeah, sorry, you can't have any. I have some, but you can't have it. Fuck you. Really?
I feel like I'm never coming to eat here because you guys won't let me have sriracha.
It's like the one story where that woman was like, oh, your kids can have some cake, but not you.
Not you.
Right. Like, come on. Like, how fucking old are you?
That was so funny. I forgot about that.
It's almost like when your sister-in-law eats your leftovers, and then you tell her in the future that she can't have them anymore. Mm-hmm. It's almost like that.
It's almost like when your sister goes to eat with you and your family, and so she knows your dad's paying, she gets all the extra wine, too.
Oh, I don't have a sister.
Your sister-in-law.
Oh, there we go. See, she's back finally. I know, but she's still off her game. All right, but that's 4. All right, go ahead.
All right.
Last one.
So, this is long, so I was going to summarize it for you.
All right, thank you.
So, the title of it, though, is I Heard My Mother-in-Law and Husband's Aunt Talking About Me. Okay. So, she's 20, and she's married to a 23-year-old. This was an arranged marriage in their culture.
Of course it was.
And her mom is best friends with the groom's mom. So, they were best friends. Her mom always was like, I didn't want you to marry him because she doesn't know how to cook. She never liked cooking. She does not know how to cook. They told this to mother-in-law before the wedding. Mother-in-law was like, no problem. She can learn whenever she wants to. It's no problem for us.
Okay.
Cool. Well, she heard her talking to one of the aunts, and she was basically saying, like, yeah, she doesn't know how to do anything. All she does is sit there. She doesn't help. She doesn't contribute. What she said was a lie. She was like, I do all the chores around the house except the laundry because they have maids for that. But she was like, everything else I do.
She's like, already so douchey.
I know. So when they heard her, like they saw her hearing them, they kind of like backtracked. They stopped saying anything. She told her husband, which, she was like, your mom said this. And the husband was actually, at first, he was like, well, I don't think they did anything wrong. They were just gossiping, right? Which made her upset because she was like, they were talking shit about me. Mother-in-law later was like, I need to talk to her. And she started basically giving all these examples and justifying why she was talking shit about her. And when she was telling her, she was like, yeah, I already spoke to your son. The mother-in-law freaked out. And she's like, why would you tell my son about that? I never knew that you were going to be one of those daughter-in-laws that went and divided the mother and the son. And then she was like, I can't believe what I brought into my house. Speaking of the daughter-in-law.
Oh.
And she was basically saying, like, you don't know how to cook, and now you want to ruin my family, you want to ruin this and this and that. And she was saying, was she really the asshole for speaking to her husband about her mother-in-law talking shit about her not cooking? I thought it was funny because it had to do with the cooking.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe. But I don't think this is anything major.
No. I mean, was the mother-in-law wrong for saying, I can't believe what I brought into my house?
Yeah, it's kind of harsh. I mean, it's a little unnecessary.
On the scale of shame, to me, that's like a 2.
Yeah, but it's also not one of those things that I would, like, blow up over.
No.
Especially in an arranged marriage. Yeah. Especially if this is all known ahead of time.
And I just feel like that culture in general, they do gossip a lot, from what I've heard.
I guess. The Indians?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell. Mm-hmm. I know. And it's a class system there.
Yeah.
They get very elitist over things.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I don't know. I would say that the gossipy older people, that's like a 3 on the Feldman scale, right? Because that's kind of fucked up to do, even amongst yourselves, And then how they just sort of discount it anyway, and they're like, well, whatever, because that's what I mean. Like, they sort of have this, like, caste system, and it's
whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I think I was like, this is probably something that happens a lot just because of how her husband also was like, oh, they're just gossiping. Like, he probably grew up hearing them talk
about I know, about people and stuff.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's his wife now.
Exactly.
He probably should have stepped up a little bit and like, yo, Mama Lucinda, you knew this, right? That. Wifey Lucinda is under no pressure to start cooking.
Yeah. And when he told him about that, he kind of was like, well, I don't need you to cook, because he gets home at like 2 a.m. from work. So he's like, I don't need you to cook. Like, I don't care. Like, he's like, if you're going to cook, you're not going to cook for me. You're going to cook for the 7 other people that live here.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's all just sort of of
the mother-in-law.
Yeah, that's all. And you know what? Not that I'm justifying it, but it's not completely crazy that mother-in-laws want their sons protected, and
right.
they want their
Right.
sons to basically like have moms.
And especially in that culture, I feel like.
Yeah,
like,
and
the men are
that's what I'm
tending to
saying.
like that.
They want moms as wives for their kids.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Right? No, your wife needs to cook for you and keep a clean
Clean.
house and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
it's all sort of
Yeah.
it's just kind of stupid. So I mean, again, on a 3 on the Feldman scale, I mean, I guess you could give Lucinda mother-in-law and Lucinda aunt like a 1 dingleberry,
Okay.
just for talking shit. But it
Do you
seems
give
like this is
Lucinda
normal.
wife a dingleberry for talking with her husband? 'Cause
No.
that's what the mom was basically
No,
saying.
because what else is she supposed to do?
Exactly.
Who else can she talk to about
Exactly.
this?
And
Unless
she was saying I couldn't even tell my mom. She was like, because my mom, that's her best friend.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, she's kind of in an impossible situation. She could, I guess, she could have approached mother-in-law directly.
Exactly.
But what good would that have done?
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
And
so
maybe I feel like this only took a really bad turn because mother-in-law initiated the talk. I feel like if Lucinda's daughter could have went and was like, hey, I need to speak to you about what happened, maybe the conversation could have went in her direction. But the fact that she did it.
No, I'll give you one better. Lucinda's daughter shouldn't have said shit to anyone.
Not even her husband?
Even her husband. Because at some point, knowing the culture, nothing good is going to come from this. So why? Why bother? What's the point? Mm-hmm. That's all. It's just doesn't seem like it's worth anything to do. I get sometimes people just want to make a point and they want to get it off their chest. Or like, hey, husband Dupinder Billy, I don't know why, whatever mom's fucked up Indian name is, why she's saying what she's saying. Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't know. But, I mean, whatever. Like, why is Mama Visha saying this about me, Lucinda Visha, whatever. I mean, come on. But, again, generally, anyway, so real quick, we had to do a bit of a shorter episode today. We've had a very, very hectic week. Next week, too, is not that great. And then I'm moving at the end of the month to a new place for myself where I live. So we're going to try to have as many ready, but we'll do our best. So hang in there. I know that certain episodes don't, some are home runs, some are just a single, whatever, little baseball analogy, but we're going to always try to do our best and keep the content fresh. So having said all that, Hurricane, tell them where they can find us.
All right, guys, thank you all for listening. We appreciate all the support. Remember, you can find us on Instagram at the Bensama Confirm and at the Late Podcast. You can visit our Twitter and our TikTok at Bensama Confirm. You can visit our website at eblawfirm.us. You can also email us at info@eblawfirm.us. Bye, guys.
Bye.